If you do not wish to be recorded, please let us know at the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. I will call this meeting to order tonight at 6:01 p.m. Please rise if you're able for the Pledge of Allegiance. And we've got Tricky to move the flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. I do not see officers. Just 1 second.
Yeah.
They're going to need it for this.
Huh?
Well, it's going to be harder than the last.
Last one was.
Yeah.
Do you want me to kind of shuffle the communication category?
I would shuffle.
Okay.
Try to get an update. I guess this is coaching.
Oh, she's
Okay. Well, we are adjusting some of our board recognition plans. So we had hoped to recognize Abby Collins today, who is our daffodil princess, but she is at volleyball.
I was just going to say, she's on the volleyball team.
We absolutely want to recognize her, but it's a lot more fun when she's here.
Yes.
We're going to just put a pin in that and wish her luck at state, and we'll be looking forward to recognizing her when she comes back. So next, I would love to invite Lovey, Carrie Joy, and Darla. I don't see Darla here tonight. Come on up to the podium, if you don't mind. I have some words.
Come up to the podium.
Yes, yes.
Get up here.
So on behalf of the Orting School Board, I'd like to take a moment to recognize and thank you, incredible community members, Lovey Fisher, Carrie Joy, and Darla Winters, for your outstanding support during the recent bond campaign. There's nothing like a win to underscore that. In your service on the YES Committee, the Community YES Committee. You went above and beyond to help keep the group connected, share important information with the community, and support the campaign in very meaningful ways. From coordinating emails and managing committee details to sharing updates online, attending the bond task force meetings, and helping with treasury work, your time, energy, and dedication did not go unnoticed. Lovey, Carrie, and of course Darla in her absence, thank you so much for your commitment to our students, our schools, and our community. Your efforts definitely made a real difference, and we're deeply grateful for all you've done to support Orting schools, both before your service on the YES Committee and after. Also, happy birthday.
I was going to say, happy birthday.
Thank you, and we're so honored that you're celebrating with us.
Well, it's because my husband he got home from work late, and so he is like, do we have to do anything? No, go sit in your recliner.
Well, we have gifts for you.
Birthday gift.
I do have to say that we raised almost $15,000 that I went, absolutely will never happen, we'll never do it, and we did. And we still have $2,800 left to go towards the levy campaign.
That's
awesome.
As far as that goes, I was blown out of the water that we were able to raise that kind of money. So, yep.
It's amazing.
And it passed.
It passed. Really passed.
And I don't know what I would have done without Carrie, because her expertise was fantastic. Oh boy.
We have special gifts for you and one for Darla as well.
Oh, thank you.
To honor your service and to
Thank
tell
you.
you thank you and congratulations. This win is as much your win as it is the rest of the district.
Thank you.
Thank you
Do you
so
want
much.
to do a photo? Wait, we
Oh,
got
yeah.
treats to celebrate too.
Yeah,
Photo.
don't go
Let's
far.
do photo first before we get you messy.
Bring our box, we have to do this. We have to be Vanna White.
You do so.
Newer.
It's like your grave on top. It's not the grave.
Okay, I think I got you all. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Nice job.
Share some treats while they're here.
Yes,
Good.
yes.
Now they're just
Okay.
presentations and not really things.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Dallas, happy birthday.
birthday is we're celebrating.
Give some of those flowers out.
I don't want anybody to sneak out.
We're gonna pass out treats to these guys.
I'm gonna be such a
Or not.
I am too. Who would make that up?
All right.
Oh.
Well, we have some treats and some celebration because a bond win on our 5th attempt is huge, and you were a big part of that. So,
Really good numbers.
I'm not gonna try to take one of two.
I got all my waitress here.
Thank you.
I guess we're taking a break.
Are you coming down here? Thanks. We can go wherever you want. Come on, you can do whatever you want. This is your last one. Everybody's gonna get it. I'll get it.
I just said some really eloquent things about you.
And I have a gift. Very gift.
Yes, Parkland cider too. Yes. This is a recipe
You don't want to overdo to come
Yes, yes.
Okay, did you get a dessert yet?
One, we got to fill in.
Need dessert? It's not wrestling season yet, Dallas. Definitely should, you
Oh
guys.
my gosh, the videos. I should get all that on my board
Yeah, what we
recommendations.
should do. Okay.
Coach Coleman with the shell.
Did everyone get it? We'll be doing it right
The
here.
soup was supposed to make its way and it didn't come. It didn't come. Not yet.
Are you here?
Red soup.
Everybody's still on their laptop.
That was gonna be what I was wearing tonight, but.
There is.
What?
I'll take one. I don't have got one.
I can get this in there.
You've got one? I got one, yeah. And did I just grab yours? I think I did. Now you have one.
All right, well, we're all good.
Yeah, we're missing Mike.
Oh, you
Brittany got some, Wayne's got some.
It's okay.
You got this, so.
Did you guys get cider, Darla? Did you get cider?
I need it.
You did? Okay, all right. All right.
Okay.
Napkins? Okay.
Whatever your.
With a bang.
I did. I did, I swear. I really, really did. And one of Katrina said, I made it, right? No, I got up today, I made it.
Okay, are we doing this?
Toast, pop, whatever the president would like to do.
How's Bridget?
She's home. She hasn't had the surgery yet. She's
However you would
got a
like to run.
walker.
Okay.
Toast and a bite.
All right, so super excited to be able to celebrate our Yes Committee leaders.
Yep.
Oh, perfect. We
That's why I wanted to stop here.
Thank you. We are going to circle back around to Joe. Joe, welcome. You're just in time for the party. That's how we do things here. Yeah.
He can have this one. He can have this one.
So before we get too far into our meeting, one of our biggest goals over the last few years has been getting our students a new elementary school and a big investment in much needed CTE space at our high school. And through the work of the Bond Task Force, our YES Committee, the board, a phenomenal communication campaign that the level of engagement each time, I'm like, this is the best. This is the best. And then we're like, okay, we're doing it again. And then it levels up. And then it levels up again. And so 5 rounds of answering questions and engaging the community and begging for them, bring us your questions, come show up. And I've heard a sneak peek that the numbers are incredibly impressive. I'm not going to steal your thunder though. So I'm asking now for a report out. You've been great at doing that each time, and so I'm looking forward to seeing the end result. But the ultimate end result is the passage of our school bond. And so I want to thank the community, thank this team, thank the district, and everyone in all of our buildings, and the families that rallied for our kids. I think I got everybody. So raise the glass to the new projects coming our way.
Yes.
Cheers. Cheers.
Yes.
And we have these. Ready? Did anybody check the Gusto tea?
You're supposed to do the other way. Yeah, I didn't.
Hey, this didn't put someone's eye out.
It's all right here, very easy. I was considering the maintenance fee.
Right.
Board member
Sorry.
scalded.
Yeah. Well, and the treat is delicious. This is one of my favorite things.
Yes, so what I'd love to do is go to him next, and then we'll continue with our remaining recommendations, or recognitions.
It's like a delight. It's like a...
So Director Freeze, now that your mouth is full, would you mind providing an introduction? It's like really smoky up here.
Yeah, got a haze.
I'm not going to set off any alarms, are you?
So it's my pleasure to finally introduce Officer Joe Halahuni. Did I say that right? That's great. As many of you know, Joe is a former resident of Ording. He graduated here from, did you go all 13 years at Ording?
No, I can middle school.
Middle school to high school. He had a great English education in Mr. Freese's class. He can write a 5-paragraph essay like nobody's business. You know, it's been a long time. I've talked to Joe for a number of years. I know many people in this community have talked to Joe for a number of years, really trying to get him back. And I think it wasn't until SRO was floated out there that we finally won Joe over. Joe has become rooted back in our community. Joe volunteers. He coaches football, volunteer multiple youth programs, done a lot of coaching. He's currently on staff at Ording High School. He will be coaching tomorrow in the state championship at our Cardinal Stadium. And I just want to say what's been really cool to watch Joe growing from just a young, shy person to a confident, calming, kind presence with our kids is exactly who we need in front of our students. Joe shows the humanity on the side of the badge, and what a positive role model it can be, and a good father, a good husband, and just a great community member. And I could be more excited in my role to welcome Joe into our community. So, Officer Joe Halahuni.
No, I'm really excited. Like Mr. Freeze said, I was in a pretty good spot in Puyallup. I was riding a motorcycle, and if you know anything about police work, riding a motorcycle is one of the best things you can do. And he's 100% right. Like the SRO, it was a possibility, and it was something I didn't want to turn down. So fortunately enough for me, Ording has treated me very well and allowed me to kind of transition into that fairly quickly, which has been amazing, right? Amazing. So I really appreciate I really appreciate the support, and anything I can do to help, please let me know.
Well, what many of us don't know is we had, you all know, money for a day, maybe two, of SRO, just with limited role SROs. It's kind of new, not what it used to be. Chief Gabrellik said, you know what, I think we need a full-time presence or as much as possible. So we're going to work really hard to try to make that a full-time presence at Orting School District. So that's because of partnership with the city. The city is willing to use their own resources to make sure that our schools are safe and that they have Joe in the schools. So if you get a chance to thank our city partners, please do. Thanks, Joe. All right, thank you.
Absolutely appreciate that.
And I was surprised to see you. Where's Kyle? I mean, Kyle, there's your friend, Mr. Pena. I never see you without him. I never used to see you.
I still hang out with him quite often.
I know. Just down the street.
Okay, I want to make sure I have this right. Halaloony. Halaloony? Halaloony.
Yeah.
Halaloony.
Yes.
Okay, mine's Thibodeau. Much simpler than it looks, but.
And what year did you graduate? Mrs. Ellis asked.
2006,
Nice.
Okay, so
Yeah.
with Jamie.
with Jamie.
Yeah, she was asking me today about you.
Very good, well, welcome.
Thank you.
And that was his question.
All right. We have more things to celebrate. So board, I will turn it over to you. We've got 5 really cool things to talk about that have been happening in our district.
I
you all
will
eating?
my computer, because now it's gone.
I'll kick it off.
Okay.
One of the things I love about what our schools do in their community services is the repetitive giving that they do. And this October, Ms. Osling's 4th grade class at Ptarmigan Ridge Elementary took the spirit of giving to heart during their annual Socktober drive. And I think that this is just an amazing gift that they give to the community and people. They collected an incredible 924 pairs of socks for those in need, the highest total PTR has ever seen. Their kindness, teamwork, and enthusiasm embody what community is all about. To celebrate their generosity, the class enjoyed a well-earned pizza party, a small treat for making such a big impact.
That's a lot of socks.
That's a lot of socks.
A lot of pairs.
I'm actually
Yeah.
personally very sorry I didn't know about it beforehand
Me
because
too.
I enjoyed donating to the cause. It was fun to buy fun socks for their drive.
Very cool.
Earlier this month, Mrs. Burns' Careers in Education students, and I'm so happy that program is back. Thank you. Met their teacher mentors at Orting Elementary, Ptarmigan Ridge, and Orting Middle School. Throughout the year, these students will spend time in classrooms alongside their assigned mentors, learning the skills and dedication it takes to build a career in education. We're proud to see the next generation of educators learning from our own inspiring staff. And this is so important because we have such a teacher shortage and we need to grow our own whenever we can and let them find out if that's a road they want to go down or if it's not a road they don't. I mean, so I'm so happy to see that back.
Very good.
I'll just talk about the school spirit. This last week was homecoming week, and they did, I just watched a lot of the videos online, and I don't know, you guys were doing some wig pulling off or something, and it looked so much fun. And I just loved how much fun you guys were all having, and the fact that you're really getting into it. It's what I've always wanted to see at the high school, and it's been happening throughout the years. I see it getting more and more, and I love that it's really coming to fruition, and you guys are doing a great job promoting that, promoting the school spirit, because I see you all the time on video, so thank you so much.
I want to say a shout out to the Orting High School civics class. Recently hosted an evening with local candidates, giving students firsthand opportunity to engage in democratic process. During the event, students met with the mayor, city council, school board candidates to hear their visions for the future. Experience like this helps students connect classroom and learning to the real world civic engagement and inspiring them to be informed. active members of their community, and thank you to the students and staff for putting this on. I actually was part of it, so
awesome.
yeah, shout out to the class that brought this in and Mrs. Mayfield. Yeah, they did a great job.
I love that it was all student
Oh,
organized.
it was all, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
In November, we honor and recognize Native American Heritage Month, Homeless Youth Awareness Month, Military Family Appreciation Month. I'm so glad we do it in conjunction with Veterans Day, Education Support Professionals Day, and Native American Heritage Day. In the Orting School District, we are proud to celebrate the diversity of our community and the many traditions meaningful to our students, staff, and families. And I'm so glad that we are recognizing that we are becoming a diverse community.
Because Joe's here, I have to say this one thing. I loved what Joe did. Joe put together, the boys absolutely loved it and talked about it all the time. He made a video before we played Eatonville, and he recorded all of these old players from the past about the tradition with Eatonville and everything that happened, and he showed it to the boys before the game, and they loved it. It was like, because a lot of them really didn't understand the rivalry between Orting and Eatonville, and when they saw all of these players talking about it and saying, you know, just saying what they used to do, they just thought it was so cool. So I thought that was a really cool thing to do, Joe. I love that.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Is there still that rock they paint?
I don't know.
No comment.
There's a lot of things we used to do.
And I also want to ask about food fights.
Kathy, you're planting ideas.
No. It's something,
I'm teasing. All right. Anything else? We had a lot of good celebration today. Good stuff. Good work happening in the district. I appreciate how each one of these things elevates students and student voice and student action. I really I'm proud of our students and the work they're doing both in our schools, in our buildings, and in the community. Very good. All right, community and staff comments. Anything? All good? Seeing none, moving forward. Superintendent Hatzenbeeler.
Good evening, board. Some of these things you mentioned and some I haven't mentioned because I think the students will foreshadow some of what's happening this week on the high school front. So we'll see if we capture a lot. Election updates. The election is not certified for another about week and a half or so. Right now, looking at the local ballot, Scott Drennan is leading Chris Moore by 57 votes, pretty tight. Ed Torres is leading Taunton Bush by a larger margin, 205 votes. John Williams is in the lead over Angie Bybee. Don Tracy, Dale Reed are unopposed, so it looks like they have this one in the bag. Congratulations to our own board director, Michael Milo. He has a sizable lead in this race, so it looks like he will win that seat for Director District 1. Matt Tayson for Director District 2, that's the Director District Director Tracy is vacating, has announced publicly to the board, you have a letter in your receipt, that upon election certification, he will be resigning that election based on a conflict with the military. Long story short, his commanding officer, Marine Corps, won't allow him to serve in that capacity. So he will be resigning before he takes the oath of office. He's announced that intent. So your next meeting, December 4th, you'll have the opportunity to act on that resignation and approve it. After that point, we can post that Director 2 vacancy to the public, and anyone from that Director District is able to apply, and they would sit for a couple years in that seat. So that's what's happening on that front, and we won't say the word publicly beyond tonight until that's official. But once it is official, and that butts right into the holiday, so we'll talk with you about the vacancy timeline and that sort of thing and try to work to get that communication out. Other election updates, Director Milo mentioned, and I want to just say how cool that was, because right at the very end, our students, Carly was one, got a chance to talk to all the candidates about the needs at the high school and what is in the bond and how that would impact, if approved, based on the quality and condition of the facilities. And it was just a wonderful opportunity as the students grilled them to hear their perspectives. What are the pressing needs in the community? What are the pressing needs in the district? And what would you do if elected to help support and improve that? So the questions were amazing. They were student generated, student led, and it's wonderful activity. In the midst of sometimes elections, you forget that sense of we and community and things become polarized. And it just was a unifying event. So kudos to the students and the staff for pulling that together. Also on the election front, you may have seen the headline in King 5, or you may have seen me gabbing about this because I've been excited for the last week, since last Thursday night. We are headed for approval coming up in a week and a half. 64.63% is not the highest percentage yes in the state of Washington in 2025, but it is the second highest across 25 bonds ran. So really huge shout out to our local community. We've been putting messages out from a school channel, a district channel. Brittany's reaching out to some of the news agencies. You might recall Tacoma News Tribune, King 5 had a strong presence. You may want to take some steps about maybe bond task force, again, looping back as a board of directors, or maybe even the original CFAC committee who helped to kick this in motion and build a long-term plan. So good conversation or fodder for you to think about as a board of directors in terms of who you might like to reach out specifically to. But we're well on our way to certification at this point, and very grateful to everybody that had a hand in telling the story. You'll see pictures coming up. Some of these have already been shared on school sites, and then there's going to be a video that we'll post once the election is certified. Awesome. So we're going to wait till the final word from Pierce County before we go really on a broader scale with that, but we definitely will continue to show appreciation and gratitude for voter support. You might be wondering what happens next. The community may be wondering. Long story short, a couple things are going to happen in this next year. Part of the design phase is envisioning what our new standard of care is. Students are in facilities right now that are 60 plus years old. They were not built around the same safety, security expectations. They were not built around 21st century learning and the kinds of technology that are available. They don't even have enough of a power grid to support our cooking equipment, let alone other things. So part of what we get to do is dream and talk to community, talk to staff, talk to CT advisory board, and most importantly, talk to our students about what is that standard of care, what's that vision, so that your builder and architect partners can bring that vision to reality. So some of the early work to move in that direction. You did an RFQ a few years ago for architect and owner's representative services. Cliff Fries and I have been having conversations with those. We have another conversation with Liz to make sure they have the time and availability and are ready to cover the scope approved by the voters. We talked about this previously with you about the different methodologies of what we can build. There's progressive design, where you would go out and get a builder right out of the gate. You might hire an architect and want to bring a builder on shortly thereafter. That's GCCM, General Contractor Construction Manager. Those are two alternative routes to build schools approved by the RCW, the state legislature. The traditional method is design, bid, build. We've talked about that. Cliff Fries and I, as we talk with the architect and we look at the complexities, particularly of the high school project, and then the spread out nature of an elementary and a high school here, and then you need whatever we build to speak to a 70-year-old gym and a 50-year-old gym and a 60s era building, 30 plus portables. You need all those systems to work. And keep in mind that you have two different schools and a district office all on the same site you want to construct and build around. So we actually think it might be more advisable at this point in time to do the whole project through the GCCM methodology. So Cliff and I are doing some additional research. We have some phone calls, and then once we get partners on board, you can expect contracts for your approval and consideration publicly, maybe as soon as December, for architectural services and owner's representative. And then part of that early team conversation is about methodology and what are your interests and intent. And we want to bring that to you for your consideration, because if that's the direction you want to go, well, the next fun job is to hire a builder. So we need to solicit some interest and build that scope and then bring them on early on. And then the other piece, part of your public transparency and open communication commitment is to really seek community involvement in oversight as well. So we think all of those things are happening in the next several months, and then we get to continue that fun process of the design. And the fun part for Mr. Freese and myself will be wetland analysis, traffic analysis, WASDOT, what's happening with the roundabout, welcoming new city administration. So there is a lot of work to do to be able to get us to building and grading permits. Once we do all of that, then we're getting close to coming out of the ground and doing some building. Right now, we don't have any modifications to our timeline that we communicated previously. We think September 2029 is our opening date. However, we would love to be able to build this for less money than we indicated and improve upon that timeline. So that's our goal moving in, to build trust with the local community. But that's an idea, an overview of what really happens next. So happy to answer any questions you have along the way, or we can follow up in 2x2s as well. Good news. Remember when I said I surprised you a month ago about applying for the School Board of Distinction Award? You were picked. So coming up at the conference, we'll get to celebrate at the President's Dinner Reception next Thursday night, where they'll do a photo of the Board of Directors. So all of your hard work with strategic planning, data analysis, progress monitoring was recognized at the state level, so you'll receive that awards. Students, Dallas Carly, you can drive. It's in Seattle. You can ride together, or you can ride with me. If you would like to ride, we'll need to talk because we'll want to leave about 11:30 next Thursday. But you're more than welcome to drive, either one of you if you like. That's a parent conversation, but we'll get together on that. Board, we need you there. Registration opens around 12:30 or 12 o'clock. The first session starts at 2:30 next Thursday. So you're going to want to be up there and registered and ready to go. There is a mobile app again this year, so you can look at your conference sessions early on either the website or the mobile app. And don't forget, your own Orting Middle School choir out of the entire state, 295 districts, was selected to sing the national anthem and one other song next Friday. So that'll be cool. Meal counts. As you know, meals are free of charge. Last year at Orting Elementary, this year also at Ptarmigan Ridge Elementary, the very first month we've served over 7,700 more meals than we did the previous year. Our first meal claim resulted in over $30,000 more in revenue than we got a year previous. And Kathy reported, Cassie in conversation today, that October's numbers were even higher. So we have many more students. I thought you'd like to see the numbers of meals and how many more students are accessing by site. And it's really remarkable, particularly if you look just over a few years ago. So we love feeding kids. I would say thank you to the local taxpayer and voter. Your levy not only supports things like your SRO, Officer Halahuni, but it supports things like scratch-based cooking. To buy raw commodities and cook and prep takes more dollars on the commodity side, also takes more labor side, but that's the right thing to do to serve nutritious meals for kids. And levy helps to cover what those deficits are, which are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Right now we're working on a multi-year funding where if we can get approval, we can keep that in place for the next 4 years for all of our K-5 students.
You know how she said she was juggling food when we took the tour? So on my walk the other day, I saw her drive up to the alley, deliver a box of tomatoes during lunchtime so they had enough food right there during lunchtime.
We are blessed with amazing people. Not only is she one of the delivery people picking up her own commodities, we had a head cook and an assistant cook resign or unable to work. She is not only doing the work as a nutrition services director, but also acting as head cook and her own assistant. Wow. So Cassie is working like crazy and hasn't let go of that vision around healthy food for kids. So we've been putting a lot of love in her direction and showing appreciation. We talked about SRO Halahuni, and again, right now we believe that is a full-time station, primarily housed at Orting High School, but at every site, because that importance and visible connection is important for every one of our children, preschool through high school. And again, that is levy supported, safety and security cameras, the servers to back that up, bus cameras. There's a lot of things that we do safety and security wise that aren't supported with state dollars. Levy dollars help to make sure that happens. When we talked, this is Aaron and myself meeting with Carly in Dallas. Based on the WASDA conference last year, Carly and Jaden at the time built strong relationships with student board reps from other schools. And we sat with these two and Jaden, they said, what do you want to do this year? And they said, we want to work with other student board reps. So right now, we're making plans for a 3-district, Ording, Fife, Enumclaw high schools coming together with a youth empowerment symposium. In the short version, students from each school would learn about project management skills and have opportunities to not only connect and interconnect with one another from each school, but then they get to plan their own community or school-based service project, passion project, something that's important to them. And so I talked with the Enumclaw Soup. I'll know tomorrow whether they're good. Fife is already good, so you will have that opportunity to work with the other board reps and make something magical happen. Fife was meeting with author Benji Howard, whom you are familiar with, and trying to figure out what dates would work. So we think we're green light for December, February, March this year to make that dream come true, which would be pretty cool. So stay tuned for whatever they create. I don't know what it is, but that's part of the commitment around elevating agency and student voice. This was really cool this week, Veterans Assemblies. We had students sharing their own stories, speaking of thanks and gratitude to our veterans. Amazing assemblies. Our performing arts were just, whether it's choir or band, performing, it was incredible week this week. So lots of love for our veterans in our schools this week, and we couldn't be more thankful. Carly did a wonderful job at the high school kicking us off, and I would say the students were very respectful of who was in the house. A 1966 graduate, Gary Jones, was one of the guests of honor and speaker this year. So it was really cool to have another Ording grad come back and share his story. Student recognition, part of that agency is around a sense of belonging, and we have something happening in every school regularly. Every staff meeting at Ording High School, staff are filling out cards, positive recognition for students. Every staff meeting at the middle school, they have mailing labels, so staff pick a mailing label that hasn't been picked and write postcards home, and those go home to families. And then that's a picture of our Cougar Pride Mountaineer Assembly, same thing. Character traits of the month, elevating dignity and making sure that student recognition is going a long way to build culture of belonging. Peer mediator training, this was really cool because some of our high school trained peer mediators from last year were involved in the training. That's part of the commitment to improve school culture and climate, to reduce instances of harassment, intimidation, and bullying. And that's where students are getting trained to help mediate conflict with their peers. The pictures don't do it justice, but they were actively engaged in role-playing in the afternoon, and that was some of the funnest things I've got to see in a long time. And they were just fake yelling at each other and bringing it down and using the strategies, and I just thought it was incredible. So be on the lookout for new mediators. This is a picture of Dr. Lee working with Kevin. We've talked to you about the strategic work of improving our learning outcomes and focusing on fewer things but going deeper and really leveraging on the standards that have transferable learning skills that are high leverage, that will improve our test scores and learning outcomes. And that's a picture of those two working with our middle school ELA team to really understand those outcomes, to revise scope and sequence. One of the commitments, K10, is to really build in space in between units for intervention, for more time, targeted support, so our students get the help they need. That work, I think, is going to continue to produce measurable improvement for us. We saw great gains last year, and I think we're just getting warmed up. So that work will continue, and that's happening at every grade level in ELA and math. Some of that is in our PLC level, some of it's district-led, depending on the nature of the work that we need. And I could go on and on, but I'm going to call it good there. Amazing things happening in the Ording School District.
Awesome.
And hopefully I didn't take some of your thunder around athletic and activities and other things happening. Happy to answer any questions that you have.
A lot of good stuff. A note I made while you were talking about the bond. I would love an opportunity, whether we do it as a group or 2-by-1s or whatever, to talk about all of the layers and levels of engagement that our community has to be involved in this project. It truly is a community project, and so I'm thinking design input, what does that look like? We have the bond oversight committee that will be engaging, assuming the board continues to support that idea. What communication suggestions can we get from community that we can leverage during the length of the project? And kind of like short-term, long-term, how do we keep the community updated with what we're doing? So I have lots of questions about how that might work. And I would love to be able to share that plan with the community so that they know when to step in and what those commitments look like.
You got it. One of the early things after we secure that partners is I think you're going to be wanting to talk to Trevor Carlson in the very near future. Because without him, you can't do anything yet. And then some of your partners, and then part of once we get those partners on board will be regular monthly updates from here on out. And I think that's a wonderful conversation with Matt and Liz. With you as a board to just frame it out. Here's the timeline and here's how we can engage our people along the way. I think you're absolutely spot on. In fact, Cliff and I met with Matt today. And we're talking dozens and dozens of outreach opportunities, probably before we're all said and done.
Good. Perfect. Perfect. I've been so focused on the bond passing that I haven't allowed myself to think past passing too far.
It's new territory.
It's new, yeah. I'm really excited about it. Wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Board, anything else? No? All good? All right. Student reports. Who's going first tonight?
I'll go first. Today, actually, it's the high school, we held a 2A, the SPSL Sportsmanship Conference, to create a basis understanding of what's expected in our league and build a stronger connection to one another between our teams. It was kind of a meet and greet. A lot of this was Mr. Colley's, he has very strong ideas, very passionate guy. So we put this together, we organized it, we held every single school that's in our league. We had student leaders, we had sports captains, we had people come in, and then we played games, we had discussion questions, and I think it went really well. We had really good food. Always important. Yeah. So
tell me, what's the goal of that? Is it just kind of league relations between the schools, or?
Yeah. So it's more kind of redefining what sportsmanship is, or kind of encouraging that, building a better basis. Because currently, our sportsmanship, I would say in our league, we don't really have a whole lot of sportsmanship issues. I think we have a very strong sportsmanship. But I mean, this first conference was kind of more of a meet and greet, because our next future one is, hey, we're gonna have some coaches come in, we're gonna have a lot more people, in hopes to kind of bring more unity and also bring ideas to one another. And also it wasn't just it was mainly sportsmanship, but it was also how do we be leaders as athletes, or how do you change your school environment as well as your sports team and their attitudes, and overall just kind of make it more.
I like that.
Yeah. Really cool. We also had a veterans assembly where we had Mr. Jones as our guest, which got talked about. And then volleyball, football are both set for state. Volleyball left today, football leaves tomorrow, which is super awesome. And then what you were talking about it was for our Halloween Spirit Week, which we've never done that before. It was kind of just why not have a Spirit Week? It's Halloween, why not have a Spirit Week? It'd be really fun. And we had a pep assembly, and we've never done it before, but I think it was such a good idea. I feel why don't we just throw random Spirit Weeks, whatever? Because it's so fun to dress up and then somebody give you candy because you dressed up. And it's just really nice to see how many people want to get involved. Dallas and Renee did this thing during those Spirit Weeks of interviewing people dressed up. And it's so cool that people wanted to be included in those interviews. And people were like, "Oh, I'll see you tomorrow, and I'm going to put my best outfit on for you to come talk to me." And they were recognizing students, and it was just such a fun thing that brought people together. It wasn't you wouldn't expect these students to want to be in the spotlight, but then they come out and they're like, "Ooh, look at me." And it's really cool. It was really cool.
I love it. Your energy bleeds out in the
Yep.
community. So when you guys do something really fun like that, I know it's about the students and it's about the high school, but I see the younger kids in the other buildings getting really excited and like, what are they doing this week? And what do I need to wear? And the community sees your energy too, and that you're doing good work. So I just want to, I'm so glad to hear it's super fun. But I also want to know your impact is bigger.
We also had before we talk about this week, we went to PTR and we talked to Ms. Pillow's 4th grade class, and we asked some questions to them as we usually do. But before that, I walked in and they're like, "Can I show you something?" I was like, "What?" It was a student, and it had a poster, and it was their core competencies. And it was a poster of how to analyze of literature, understanding their analyzing of literature. And they broke down this, I can't even remember what it said. It said some fancy words, a bunch of stuff. And they broke down the meaning of every single word, and so that everyone could understand it. And it was super cool to have a student talk to us about it, and a student present that to us. And they're like, "Oh yeah, I understood this." And I was like, "Did you understand the word before you guys like broke it down?" She went, "Yeah, I did."
You have to say it again for Dr. Lee, because that's a huge celebration for his work translating to the student level.
That's
awesome.
It was really
Celebration.
cool. It was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so we met with 3 students, Mia, Cameron, and Megamon, I think.
Megamino.
Megamino, was that it? Okay,
Sure.
thank you for letting me know, because I wasn't sure, I was trying to remember. It was a pretty cool name, I've never heard anything like that before, so that was pretty cool. We didn't ask all the same exact questions. The first question we did ask is, what is something that you've learned that has made you go, wow, I can do this? And all 3 of them talked about learning, just increasing their math skills. Talking about like the standard algorithm, which I need a full understanding of what that is, but I'm assuming just, basic, plus, minus, multiplication, division. But all of them seem to have really good skills at just understanding the multiplication chart and table, and right off the top of their head. Like we asked them a couple questions like, okay, if you're so confident, give us 3 times 8, or 12 times 12, and they were on top of it. Like, I'm sure if you guys ask me and Carly some questions, we're gonna need to get out a calculator. Because we are not, they're super on it. It's super cool to see that all of them are super confident in that, and whatever's working in the classroom, it's getting to them. So it was really cool to see all of them be confident in that skill.
We also asked them, like, what makes them feel better when school gets hard. One student in particular kind of really caught my attention. He said this for a lot of different answers, and there's just like breathing and taking a break. And I was like, okay, what happens when you can't step out, you can't take a break, and like it's not really working out? You're like, power through, always power through, hard work, power through. I was like, I like that a lot. That was really cool. And like, there's another student. It's like, even when I struggle, I am like academically when I struggle. They just need to explain it to me. Like, I just need someone to break it down to me, and usually I'm open for what they have to say to me. Like, I know a lot of the times, because he said that, and I was like, you don't get upset when somebody tries to tell you what to do. He's like, no, like, I'm open about it. I was like, oh, you're better than me. So that was really, really cool to see. They're just so, like, hardworking and have so much drive, which is like, I don't even remember did I have that much drive? I don't know.
What grade did you say these kids
This is
are?
4th grade.
4th grade.
Yeah. It was really cool.
We then asked, how do you know when your ideas are being heard, and how do you know when they're not? And they just talked about, being able to recognize when people are actively listening, having eye contact, make sure they're quiet when they're talking, nodding their head, being very engaged. And other students talked about, not other students, but they also talked about, when they're in a group discussion and maybe they don't feel as heard in a group conversation, or some people are talking over them. Mia said that sometimes she feels like it's harder to connect with a bunch of boys if she's the only girl in the group. But she also said she doesn't want to think it's anything because of her. She's just her. But she also shared that during recess, she has a Spanish speaker as a friend, and they like get together with her friends and they're teaching, the Spanish speaker is teaching her friends how to speak Spanish. And all of them are super engaged and they're learning, and it's like really cool to know that they have like a group of people that they can go and learn with each other, and they know how to like be respectful in that moment and be engaged. And so that they're still getting that experience and able to recognize when it's happening.
I absolutely love that. We should take
When
that
you
and
guys,
can we do something more with it?
no, I'm curious, sometimes when we hear you speak and the ideas and the thoughts that come from your voice, I'm like, wow, I'm just in awe. You're mature, you're processing, you're at a level that I don't remember seeing when I was in high school or being when I was in high school. And I'm curious if you share that experience, like when you meet with the fourth grade students, are you like, whoa?
They really, really impressed me. I was very caught off guard. Because, like, last time we met with, like, second graders or
I thought it was 5th graders.
at OPS. Just kidding.
Oh.
I don't know. I just remember meeting, this might have been last year, but like meeting littles. And so it's such a different dynamic. And it's so weird to see how much can change in, 2 years?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm hearing them. And I'm like, that's a point that I wouldn't even like think of.
Yeah.
And that's so like, oh my goodness. It like kind of humbles me a little bit, but it's really impressive. It's really cool. And last year, like, I feel like we didn't get as much like deep conversation. And I don't know if it's because, we've been doing this, this is our second year going to schools.
Yeah.
But, or like, I don't know if it's a question, I don't know what specifically it is, but it's really cool to see how much they're engaging with us than before. Because before it was very surface level. And like, I definitely think that this can get a lot deeper, and I think that this can be a lot more vulnerable. But it was so much more surface level where it wasn't like, I'm getting a whole lot of who you are or getting a whole lot of your goals or, like what we were going for. But seeing and talking to the kids this year, it's like a huge difference. And it's really cool.
And different students this year, right?
Mhm,
Than
different
who you were
students.
interacting with last year?
Yeah, all different students. So it's really cool.
They're all super awesome, super confident. And with Mega Minnow, when we brought him out, Carly explains to him like what we do here and what you guys do. And I told him, so if you want anything changed, this is a good time to speak up. And he was like, he immediately was like, oh, I know exactly what I want to say. And he was just ready. And even when we went back in to get, because we only did 3 students, when we went back in, the teacher asked, well, who do you want to? I said, does anyone want to be interviewed? And then just everyone was interviewed. Which made it really, really hard because now everyone's excited, everyone wants to do it. So super hard to decide, but it's cool to see all these students ready to talk to, bigger people. They don't know what's going on. Especially when we first came in, like, we didn't really say anything. We just tapped someone's shoulder and said, hey, come on. And he was a little nervous. But by the end, they were just excited and they wanted to share. It's just super cool to see students so eager.
I love that you're taking your passion for what you're doing for your own immediate peers and starting that now with this time a 4th grade group that's going to take that and pass it, and it's just going to keep going and growing into something amazing. I love that.
We can look at a lot of data, but it's this. It's like there's twinkling happening, sparkles are happening, and you guys are helping carry that through the system. So as these students move through, I can't wait. I can't wait to see you're having an impact. It's making a difference.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm like, but we also asked like favorite and least favorite things about school, and a lot of them is like very reasonable, like not really anything we can do, but it's like, I can't believe I have recess before lunch. and then it's just, but one thing that stuck out to me a lot, again, same student, was hard projects. I was like, what projects are hard, or what do you do to like kind of get through those hard projects? It's like, I just do them and I power through. It's just like, it's such a cool mind, like I can't get over it because it's such a cool mindset to me to have that keep on trucking, keep on going, power through. I've never seen that, like, either in me, I didn't see that before for me, like other students, I didn't see that. But like, I got the same, like, kind of energy from every single one of those students that are like, oh, I'm so, like, favorite thing in class, all of them said this math game that they play. It's called like Capture the Flag, and they play a math game, and you get points based on your thing, but you have to work as a group to solve this math problem. And it's like, I would have said recess. My favorite thing about school is lunch. Like, and their first, like, immediate, it didn't even take a second for them to think about it. First immediate thing was capture the flag with my class learning math.
Wow.
And that is just so, like, I don't know what they're feeding them. I don't know what they're giving them. But it's just such a different mindset change than what I had growing up, and like what I see in other students of them being excited to learn and to keep on pushing through when it's hard. And so that, it's just, I'm so happy.
I think that's a good thing to share with their teacher, that
Yeah.
they love the math games and the capturing the flag. I think that's good information for them.
I'm thinking of the student surveys. There's a question that we ask students about their belief in their ability to do hard things. And I'm just wondering, you know, are we going to start to see that we scored low? We scored really low in that with that question. And so I'm hopeful
But we have kids now saying they're powering through.
they can power through. Maybe we need to ask the question differently.
Yeah.
Are you able to power through hard things?
You could be a future school board director and try to pass the school bond.
You do hard things.
Yes, you can do hard things.
Great. Well done. Good work, you guys. Ooh, okay, oh yeah. I'm like,
No, you kind of want to stop right there.
I know, right?
That's good.
What's my password?
Financial report next.
Financial report.
Marcy's absent, Cliff and I are answering questions.
Good thing, no, I'm kidding. I don't have any questions, and I didn't see any come through. Nope.
If you have any questions, I can attempt them.
I know, I really want to try to stump you.
A fun one to note is just kudos to Marcy. If you look through the budget expenditures in August, the number of 96 to 102% you're going to see is just the skill that Marcy has in her budgeting.
Yeah.
It shows how close she is at the end of the year looking at a $50 million budget.
Yeah.
How many of those are within 3 to 4% of her estimates is
Yeah.
a testament to her ability budget.
Yes. Look at that. That is the percentage I look at. That's that section is the thing that most closely resembles a commercial budget. So I'm pretty familiar with it, like how much money have we spent and how much has come in and are we on track and is it coming in at the right time of year?
Yep.
That makes sense to me. All right, so our next item on the agenda is the choice transfer and waiver data. This is presented by Director Freeze.
Not much to present, but I just want to sit in front of you just in case. There's often community questions about this, how we decide who comes in and who comes out. So just big picture, you'll see that 555 students go out. The math on that is about 224 of those students, you could clump some things together, have to do with location of residence, either location of work, location of childcare, where they live. I think that's a trend you're going to see with our growing geographic of where the homes are. And until we get footprints spread out throughout the place, you're going to see that it's often mom's working towards Auburn and we live in Tahali, so it doesn't make sense or to take my second grader that direction. So most of that you're going to see is location based. Second to that is students coming in, 63 students coming in. 46 of those, the state law says if your employee works here, you need to take their student with a few major exceptions. So 46 of those students are here, and then you're going to see some remaining students. Those are students when we were open to waivers, which is now, I don't know, probably 5 years ago. Once students are in our district, we try not to kick them out once they've matriculated through our system, to try not to say, all of a sudden, we're just going to kick you out. So there's still some remaining students that are there. In my tenure here, I have not seen, both as principal or in this position now, the law pretty much says you need to apply that equally. So you can't have a good kid rule or a bad kid rule. You know, it's really, if you say we're closed to all students, you really need to be closed to all students, and any exception you make for one, you need to make for all. So there's been a lot of disappointed phone calls I've gotten this year. A lot of folks trying to come into our school district that there's not a lot of schools around us that have the 2A atmosphere of that small town feeling where the principals know your name, that you get all around us as 4A schools. So we get a lot of folks kind of and my kid's struggling, I'd really love to come down into your school district. So I got to have those. Those are tough phone calls. Lastly, you're going to say we have a large homeschool population. I know Director Tracy years ago was part of that program. 240 students in our school district are homeschooling in one way or another. So that's a strong percentage. And then we have 14 students that are intra-district, which just means OES versus BTR. One of those reasons listed in that report. Yes.
I just lost my question.
Homeschool, I think.
Yeah, homeschool. I'll come back to it.
I have a question, and I'm not sure, maybe I should be asking Mr. Polly this, I don't even know. But I was just hearing that they changed the rules for WIAA, changed the rules, so now if a kid wants to play football, he might be in Sumner and he wants to come to Ording and play football, but he doesn't have to wait a year now to...
Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't work out for Ording students, but yeah, the WIAA said you can come as a ninth grader, particularly ninth grade has a special indication, and there's some other exceptions too, but you can say, I'd like to come here to play football, and that's totally acceptable, and you will be eligible in your transition years. Unfortunately, your school has to be open to waivers. We're not.
Okay.
So although the WIAA would allow it, we don't allow new waivers, nothing to do with athletics.
Okay.
So students don't get to take advantage of that. But yeah, and then there's also another exception that's new this year, which is you can switch schools for sports reasons, and you have to miss, I think it's 40 to 50% of the season.
Okay.
But yeah, students can now legally switch for the purpose of sports if the school accepts waivers, which we don't.
Okay, I was listening to Puyallup talk about it, and I was like, that just
Yeah, it's
seems
kind of,
weird
it
to
mirrors
me.
college a lot. I'm waiting for us to have NIL payments next.
I remember my question.
Yeah.
If I know some of the homeschool kids take a class here, for example, band or a PE or something. Are they counted as a student in Ording, or are they part of that homeschool number?
They are both. So we get FTEs, so they fill out a form for ancillary services, so they might be a 0.2 FTE. So if they're in a class, if they're on a roster, they count as, that's why you'll see FTE of 530.2.
Okay.
Because we have partial students in either Skill Center, Rain Start, or homeschool students that come in. So those are counted in our FTE, and those kids are also counted head count wise, you could say, in homeschool as well.
Okay. Thank you.
That means they filled out an intent to homeschool form,
Yeah.
partial or full.
So they're the students that we are aware of who have filled out a form.
Yes, if they've never filled out the form and never come to our school district, we'd be unaware, but we actually get audited annually.
Okay.
We have to get that homeschool form every year, so our registrars are pretty dogged about running them down. But if they've never told us about that, then yeah, that's a tough case for us.
Okay. Yeah, I don't expect you to have data on people that don't provide it, so.
They're usually pretty good though. As they get older and older, there's usually an ancillary service, a dance, a library card, there's something that they reach out to us for. Or running Start, obviously, usually in 11th and 12th grade.
Yes. So what you're saying then is we are not trucking in students from other districts?
No,
I've been accused of that.
I get that question a lot, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not tracking it. I think people get confused because they're in our district, near another school district, and we're busing them down, therefore we're bringing them.
Yeah.
And their address is Bonnie Lake, so it seems to make sense to people who don't understand our boundaries that that's maybe the Bonnie Lake School District. But no, we are taking no one from any other school district. I am breaking lots of hearts constantly. I have parents calling.
We've got a good thing going here. I don't blame you.
I would say Director Freese and myself will be working on our enrollment projections moving forward. We've been very tight because of the lack of space. Now with the bond passage, we can foreshadow basically what we have, where capacity exists, and what that would do. And we don't want to be able to not serve students that are within the district and simultaneously accepting out of district. So that does change our context a little bit. So this spring we may have a different recommendation of how to move forward, but stay tuned, because that'll be probably February, March calculations that we'll do.
Yeah. Anything else? All right.
Thank you.
Cliff, I have one more question. I was just looking at this. So the online program, what is that?
That's if someone, so there are school districts that have online programs, so K-12 as an example, or Insight.
Okay.
Those are actually housed through public schools. There's one way Eastern Washington, I forget the school district, but they actually house it. Federal Way has an inner academy.
Oh, okay, so it's like...
Technically, you're transferring to Federal Way even though you never go there. So
Okay.
you'll see those are transferred to Federal Way, but they're going to their online program, or Bethel online program. So there's public schools that open up online programs to the whole state.
Okay.
But you have to technically do an inter-school transfer because we're giving our our funds to
To them.
that district.
Okay.
All right. Next item is data management. And this is prepared by Dr. Lee. And I believe it's informing us of the price increase. And so I don't think there's any discussion other than we should probably continue managing our data. And we just have to eat the cost increase.
Be good.
I was making a flip assumption. No questions?
No question.
Yes.
No question.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. First read policy considerations. I had a couple questions, and I apologize for getting to my notes late before the meeting. I had a question on the evaluation of the superintendent. There's reference at the bottom to LASDA having resources that I think we can remove, and I'll send these in an email as a summary. I had a question about policy 2020 and 2021 policy. That refers to being able to have students opt out of certain curriculum. And there was a word in there, sincerely. We have to sincerely believe that they have a religious objection to the material. And that puts us in the position of determining if a family is sincere or not. So I question whether we need that, or if we're required by law to have that word. And also in that same paragraph, in both policies, it's repeated. It says, it is the district's responsibility to respond to those requests, and I wondered if it's actually the building administrator's responsibility or if that's a district level response that is required to be given. So those were questions. And then on 6881 board policy, I got to this one last minutes before getting here, and it didn't show the markups. That the document, I think it was just the wrong file, so we'll need to look at that. So I had questions on 1630 board policy, 2020 P, and 2021 P, and
I think the markup in the one is the red edition.
It is, actually,
It is?
in
Yeah.
6881.
Yeah.
Thank you.
oh, that was it. Okay.
That was it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It just had different. Didn't
That
look
was one-
formatted.
Well, it's different because that was one that Executive Director Freeze put forward.
Gotcha.
It did not come from WASDA.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, then I will take that one off my list. But the other three, I would just like to take a look at that before we move them forward to second reading.
And you'll send me notes on that?
I will,
Perfect,
yes.
thank you.
Yes. And if you guys are okay with the others, we will go ahead and move those forward. Sounds good? Okay. Why do I feel like I need to have an action to do that? I don't, do I?
No.
Thank you. All right, consent agenda. Lots of good stuff. Lots of wrestling tournaments. Some field trips. Very good.
That time of year.
It is that time of year. Oh, I meant to mention that. The wrestling teams, like, call to have kids come to practice. The AI ads, oh my gosh. they kill me. They're riding a llama, they're riding an elk.
It's real obvious that the wrestling coach is an art person because they have had some really amazing
Yeah.
outreach.
Very, very fun.
I really like when he's pretending he's auctioning.
All right, so if consent agenda is all good, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve items 1 through 11 on the consent agenda.
Thank you.
I second it.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. The next item we have is presented by Director Freeze regarding our enrichment levy. Is that not, it says presented by, but we're just taking action on it. I don't think there's,
I don't believe we have a presentation.
No.
We're happy to answer any questions. I believe we presented last month conceptually to the amounts and areas that are addressed by it, but
Publicly say that it's, we're collecting the same amount. We didn't look at an increase, so our average, we were collecting $2 and we'll remain that. So it's a levy to replace the prior 4-year levy. and
So
it'll be
it
another 4-year
wasn't, there
levy.
wasn't an increase.
No, it will be an
Excellent.
increase in what we're collecting.
Excellent.
great.
Okay.
All in favor? You're ready to do this again?
Yep.
Can I get a motion?
I move to accept resolution number 3.2025-2026 for the February 26, 2026 election for the enrichment levy as presented.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Did that happen? Okay. Here we go. Thank you for pointing out the different things that our levy supports in your presentation. I hope we continue to do that as we move closer to,
I will have much more of a discussion next month,
yes,
and even more in February.
very important. All right, so next on our list is the surplus request. There's no discussion, I'll take a motion.
I move to accept the surplus list as presented in the board memo.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Are we running out of room as to where to put these things? No, we still have.
We're going to be clearing more out. Your approval will allow us to clear surplus out, so.
Okay. Next item on the agenda, we are going to go into executive session. So this session is closed to the public for our Open Public Meetings Act, Statute 4230-110. And the following topic will be discussed. We will be reviewing the performance of a public employee. And only announced topics will be discussed and no final action will be taken in the executive session. And discussions are confidential. So currently we estimate the time for executive session to be 15 minutes. So I will ask everyone but the board
You get to go by.
and students.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I like flowers. No.
Oh, I have some stuff to say.
And I have Christina, you know, I've been asking Christina for advice.
Oh, good.
Because we agree, we both have little, I bought some.
Are we good?
Are we on?
We are back, ready to go.
Okay.
If you want to bring
All right.
these here someplace.
So I will call us back into session at 7:37. 7:31 p.m. Sorry, been listening to airplane stuff all day. Okay, so I should have done this at the front of our agenda, but I want to recognize your service with us. So bear with me. I wrote up some things. So, to the crowd who's now on video. On video. So, with gratitude, I would like to honor Joanne Tracy as her term on the Ording School Board comes to an end. For the past 4 years, Director Tracy has been an instrumental force for positive change in our district, and I believe that. And longer than the 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, really. Your leadership is a unique blend of candor, thoughtfulness, and an unwavering passion for the Ording community, our staff, and our students. One of Director Tracy's most significant contributions has been her consistent commitment to prioritizing student voice. She has always ensured that our decisions were made with the students' best interests and perspectives at the forefront, believing fundamentally that they are the primary stakeholders in our work. We have been incredibly fortunate to benefit from Joanne's valuable insight as a retired teacher. That deep practical experience from the classroom has provided an invaluable perspective in our discussions and helped us bridge the gap between policy and practice. Director Tracy also made it a priority to bring forward staff feedback, serving as a link between the board and our dedicated educators and support personnel. This direct line of communication has been essential in fostering a collaborative and responsive environment within our district. Director Tracy's thoughtful leadership will be missed in these meetings. She was never afraid to ask the tough questions, to challenge the status quo, and to ensure we were striving for excellence. While her official term on the board concludes tonight, her legacy will continue to resonate. We look forward to Joanne continuing to be a presence in our district, in our community, as a volunteer, a mentor, and a steadfast advocate for Ording students and schools. So Joanne, on behalf of the entire school board and the Ording community, thank you.
Thank you.
Your service has been a true gift to our district, and you have left an indelible mark. We wish you the best in your next chapter.
Thank you so much. That was so nice of you.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
I'm going to miss all you guys.
We do have, of course we have gifts, right? So, you get,
Wow.
I think we need to give her a big tchotchke too. I see one over there.
oh, is this?
Yeah, let's give her a big one. We'll get a new one.
Just for you.
Thank you. Oh, this is so nice. Thank you so much. It's sad. I'm sad.
Aw.
Yes, you're going to be very missed. I'm going to miss having you at the WASDA conference.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Swag.
That's nice. My water.
Yeah, hydrate.
Yes,
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joanne.
that's awesome.
I'm going to make a suggestion, and you can tell me if it's okay. Clementina always felt bad that she didn't take her name tag.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So you might want to take your
Thank
name.
you.
Your mantle, your front door.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I got in so much trouble today from all Carson and his friends.
Oh,
I'm not giving them their diploma. It's like,
oh no.
you know, you gave Mason his and his friends, and you're not going to give us?
Oh no.
There's a pathway.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so funny. It was like, oh, sorry, guys.
Sure, we can still reserve you a seat up front.
Yeah, might be able to get you.
I don't know if I could get through that one emotionally. This group is,
Yeah.
yeah,
Been with you
a little
for
too
long time.
much.
Yeah. Well, any words of wisdom for us as we remain here?
You know,
or any hopes?
I just feel so, I mean, the reason I feel good about leaving is because you guys were really awesome.
It's okay.
But I'm thankful.
I'll miss having somebody back up my teacher
Right.
and what to do it so that they don't know I'm being goofy.
Well, you know, when you first run, you're thinking, oh gosh, I'm running because of this, and this, but you guys do such a good job, and we could not have a better week.
So, you will be extremely missed, Joanne. Your passion has been contagious.
Yes.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's hard.
That's the thing about passion. That's the thing. What you're gonna get.
Your heart is never in question, though.
No,
Never.
never.
You want what's best, and that has been consistent the entire time. So, just
Yeah, what I think is best, I guess. I'm learning that, like, it's like, I do it because this is what I really want for the community, but I can't always think that my way is the best way, even though, you go in there thinking, okay, this is the way it's got to be for the community or whatever, I'm right in my thinking, but, maybe I'm not, I don't know. And I was like, yeah, so.
Well, you have, and I think I've shared this with Lovey too, as a former board director, you have a free pass to ask at any point, what are you guys thinking?
Yeah.
And to please continue to bring your ideas forward.
Yeah.
And
I will.
you do have your eyes and your ears and relationships throughout the district that have been really valuable. And so I hope you'll still clue us in when there's.
I love that your passion has been with the sports and right, and you were ingrained in it, right? So I'm watching that and I see it and I'm like, wow, that's awesome to see, right, on that side of it. And
I think when you come from a small community, well, you know it and you love it.
Yeah.
There's
Part of who
nothing.
you are.
Yeah,
It literally is part of who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, and I love watching the spirit that's happening.
Yeah.
It's like so cool.
Yeah,
growing.
It's changed a lot in the 4 years, even, hasn't it? Yeah.
They're having so much fun, and I love that they're having fun at school.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because why would you want to go if you don't have fun? And and I mean, I can't say enough. I mean, we have amazing principals right now. Matt is amazing. And, it's just been, it's a good note to end on because you guys are going to have so much fun now. You're going to get to do the school, and that's going to be so much fun. So I'm excited about it. Excited for you guys. And I know that just job is not always easy, but you guys do a great job. So, and I would tell everyone that I have complete confidence in this board and in our superintendent. So,
Well, who do you know? That would like to join this happy gang?
well, I was disappointed about Matt because he was like in that demographic that I thought would be so good for us. It's like he's younger, he has younger kids, he sees all that, he knows all the younger parents, and he's often really well thought of, and so I was really bummed when that happened because I thought he would be a good addition with you guys. So yeah, I know now it's like it's just kind of just it'd be nice to have that voice,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that we can get a voice like that because, we all have so much wisdom, but then it's nice to have somebody that might be coming up through the ranks, because it's a different perspective when you're actually, we have grandkids, so we kind of, see it in our kids, but having little kids and coming up, that's another, I mean, I'm not, whoever you guys get, who's not going to get along with you? I mean, Ed could get along with anyone, seriously, so it's like, I'm not worried about it. You guys will have, whoever it is, will be fine, so, yeah. I think you'll have a great board always.
Don't be a stranger, come back, and we're going to absolutely invite you to tour what you started.
Oh, thank you.
So just be aware that when it comes time, we want you to come back and tour and walk and celebrate.
I would love that.
Be there at the front.
Yeah, I would love that.
And if there's a Thursday night, you don't have anything going on.
We have empty seats for you, yes.
I'm used to coming now, I might as well just,
Yeah, a month from now, you're gonna be like,
I know, I'm supposed to be doing something tonight.
At least you won't feel torn between attending a sports event.
Yeah.
with your grandchildren or being with the board.
That is true. Yeah,
Trip
Carson
to
knows this
Arizona.
last year. That's a hard thing, but I'm just going through all these weird
Yeah.
changes in
Yeah.
life. It's
Yeah.
like-
I tagged you in that article from the Olympian.
I know, it was nice,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know, I don't know how it showed up in my feed.
Yeah,
I saw
know.
that too.
Yeah.
Front and center. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, okay. Good point, I'll close my meeting.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Sorry, Brittany.
Sorry, Brittany.
Sorry, Brittany.
Any other board comments that we need to address?
Just want to say to our community that passed this bond, you know, that was amazing to see where we're at, and we're second highest, and that's amazing. That goes to our people that came together, that got that word out there, and it's exciting.
Such a great message to the kids and the staff and everyone,
There's so many critical people there too to thank. The list is going to be long.
So long.
At this point,
Yeah,
you know.
it's long.
It's
Yep.
going to be long, and I will say, Brittany, I mean, it was
Yes, thank
touched
you.
on, but
Yep,
what you
Brittany.
did this
Yep.
time was amazing. It was amazing, and you'd think maybe you'd get a rest, but no, something new is going to be coming up. I know you kill it.
Yeah, it was real, I think it got real personal this time, and I think that was
Yeah.
good, you know, people responded to that.
Yeah.
And to Matt's Hot Wings.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that was awesome.
Yeah, Brittany and Matt.
And I have to think, Margaret Collins' video of the rain pouring
Oh, yes,
onto
yeah.
the pavement.
This is nice,
And
yeah.
oh, God.
It's just such a good
And
feeling.
recess.
I'm just so happy for our kids,
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Because when I do those, when we go through all those, we have to go through and look at everything, I get so upset for them. It's like, oh, I can't stand it, you know, that they're having to go to school in these conditions, so I'm so happy about that.
Good stuff. Yes, thank you, Boarding Community.
Yes,
And I look forward to 4 more years, so.
yeah,
it's-
yeah, for
That's
more
awesome.
reasons.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. It's a big
Thank
commitment.
you. Yes,
It is.
thank you.
Yep.
You might be the last one standing. You never know, right?
He's like, wait a minute.
Wait till certification. All right, so with that, 7:45 tonight, I will